Hello bros and welcome to SFX0 BroFive production, and I'm back. I've been sick for a while now, and I'm pretty much not back alone. I'm back alone. I'm back with a game that no one know I hadn't expect to see for a while. Sakura Angels. It's pretty much the follow-up of Sakura Spirit, but it's not Sakura Spirit 2. It has a whole other story apparently. We won't see any old characters, I think, so... But we can always hope we will see someone of them. And I've seen resemblances in some of the characters, so... You never know. Let's start recording right here. See, we even see the resemblance in the startup screen, right? Let's just start the game and see what happens. Every night. Let's see, how do we move forward? Huh. I have the same dream. Every night, I always board back to this place without fail. And every morning I wake up with no memory of this place at all until the next time I fall asleep. Well, that's strange. How can he then know it? Not a single night has went by without Ines being dragged into this abyss. This realm is devoid of light, so much that I can't even see my hand in front of my face, no matter what desperately I wave it. The concept of sound is just as absent, my steps silent and my distressed cries swallowed by the morning darkness as quickly as they had left my mouth. I'm in a bleak, horror wasteland of nothingness. Spending any prolonged amount of time here begins to make me doubt even my own existence. Yet despite feeling suffocated by the striking absence of anything, I know I'm not alone. Something is watching me, stalking me from the shadows. I can't say for sure what it is, but once in a while I caught sight of something from the corner of my view. A pair of burning bright eyes fixated purely at me. They hate me. Well, despises me. There are overwhelming sense of unknown radiating from wherever they belong to. I know they want nothing more than to lash out and attack me, but something is holding them back. Magic. A force to truly despise. Invisible chains that bind and restrict them from the one thing that is their mind. My nose is itching. At first, when I began dreaming about this place, the eyes were distant, like glimmering stars. But with each passing night, the eyes seemed to inch ever closer and shine even brighter. Well, it wouldn't take a long time then until they're right beside you. I think whatever force has been holding them from me is beginning to fade. Yeah. What will happen when these eyes reach me? They burn you? Because they are... I shudder to think. Yeah. It's probably something worse. I know just a dream. I shouldn't be afraid. Oh, come on. Everything I experience here is vivid. None of the usual murky haze that shrouds such dream-like environment seems to exist here at all. Maybe it isn't a dream then. I have perfect clarity. I can feel the stagnant freezing air all around me. Enough to incite a shiver out of me every once in a while. Since Since I'm so used to this dream, I know how it ends. I wade through the darkness for what seems like an eternity, never finding anything until the morning finally comes and pulls me out of this nightmare. At least, that was how it usually ended. Something different tonight. Those hateful burning eyes that always kept just out of sight before, I'm suddenly confronted by them. Never before have they been so close. Never before have they started straight back into me. Their narrowed, piercing gaze roots me to the spot and shouting pain surges through me. Like, this is starting to be creepy. I can't move. I can't breathe. And then, from out of the darkness, a crooked smile spread, just as sinister as their eyes. So close, I can practically taste the freedom. What? It won't be long now. Enjoy it, peace while you can, boy, for your days are numbered. Alright, this is creepy. And then everything shall change. Oh, creepy. That is creepy as hell. Thing is, he can't remember it now. My head is killing me. Of course it is. This morning migraines are the worst. Every morning without fail, always wake up with a sensation on like my skull is being crowded by a jackhammer. Hounded. Tongue. It's almost like a heartbeat. I feel like my head is going to split open. We're tough because even though the pain is so intense, I never last long. In the space in the it takes me to get up and head for school. The pain is usually reduced by just a dull throb at the back of my skull by then. So it isn't too much of a hassle in the grand shame of tonight things of course. But it certainly isn't a fun way to wake up. I just find it odd and constant, alright, it seems to be. Anyway, enough pounding these weird mysteries. It's time to tackle the day. That seems literally speaking. After a moment of wrestling with my blanket, I swing my legs around and drag myself out of bed. Like, that just seemed weird. A quick look at my bedside clock tells me it's still early. Too early. If I had my way, the world wouldn't start until at least a good way into the afternoon. Yeah, like school, it starts way too early. But sadly, life isn't just that wonderful. Of course it isn't. Pulling back the curtains to let the light flood into my room, I suppress the urge to let out a hiss, almost blinding myself in the process. Yeah, do that carefully. Why my curtains are nearly almost always shut? Too bright. The rest of my time getting ready is spent fighting with my uniform and tie becoming all the more problematic to put on when you're half asleep. Yeah, it's not so easy to tie a tie anyway. Oh god, I think I actually got my hand stuck in it. Like, I've never been that asleep. Almost shook myself to death in the most pathetic fight ever. I finished putting on the tie and the rest of my uniform completely peaceful with me. Unable to find a comb, I settled for just flattering my hair down with my hands. Blinking into the mirror, I left staring back at someone with messy black hair. It's close enough. Somewhat dressed and somewhat ready, I stumble out of the room, my legs still not fully awake. Huh, nice kitchen. Uneven stairs carry me dangerously down the stairs and soon emerging into the kitchen. I'm greeted by silence. The kitchen is empty. A familiar scene for me. My parents are what you might call workaholics. Well, that's better than alcoholics, at least. Basically, they spend more time at their respective jobs that they have to do here. I only ever get to catch them during evening while they're eating, and every is off to bed, and cycle repeats. Don't get me wrong, I understand they have to work in order to keep us living comfortably, so I don't hate them for it. Yeah, but I think they work a little too much, from what I caught up so far. It just gets, I don't know, lonely? Ah well, there's no use mopping about it. It's been like this for years, so I don't know why I was getting all emotional about it now. The plus side of them not being around is that I quickly had to learn how to cook for myself. It's amazing how fast you can adapt to this sort of stuff when you're starving. Well, I don't think I have enough time for anything fancy to eat for breakfast, so I just settle for toast. You can never go wrong with toast. I actually done that once. Okay, you might be able to go wrong with toast, yeah. I have some traumatic flashbacks to when the toast erupted into flames. Oh, that's not good. I never got that wrong. What day that was. But I've learned from my mistakes now. It won't happen a second or third time. Having devoured the only slight cherry toast, I sling my bag over my shoulder and before starting for the front. Starting? Isn't it going for the front door? I give an empty house one last look over before opening the front door. Kinda depressing to have no one to say goodbye to. But again, this has been the same for every weekend morning since forever ago. The sun is shining high in the cloud sky, birds are chirping overhead, waves of students are passing by, happily chatting with one another as they all make their way to school. It's all so horrible. I'm not much of a morning person, so I can't even begin to fathom how everyone can be so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed right now. I mean, it's taking all of my willpower just to be able to put a foot in front out of the other without just crumbling to the ground. Why? Just have to hope I just have to hope the breakfast kicks in and gives me any energy I need before I'm forced to literally drag myself throughout the school gates. Yeah. Oh, it's dots there. Couldn't see the dots first. While keeping my head down and my eyes glued to the ground, I solerated on and slowly noted that the vibrating atmosphere from before is gone. Silence has completely taken over. My steps, the only thing making any noise. There is still. Like, now it's creepy. I said it was creepy before, now it is. There is still... It's a bit strange. Bring my head up, I meet with an unsettling sight. The street is deserted. No students, no cars, and even the cheerful chirping of the birds is gone. What? I ran on forward, hoping at least to run into somebody, anyone. Even the sun, once golden rays, seems muted. The words tingle in dreary tones. But there still isn't a cloud in the sky. Okay, this is definitely strange to freak me out. I was freaked out before this. I need to just... A splitting pain shoots through my head, stopping me in my tracks. Like an searing poker being thrust through my skull. Poker? Oh wait, he must mean a poke. A headache? Now? Nothing makes any sense. Of course it doesn't. Desperately trying to keep myself upright as I clutch a hand on my head, I stagger forwards. Unlike the headache from before that gratefully died down, this one only seems to be getting worse. I know what it is. Thump, thump, thump. It won't stop at all. I brought to my knees. I can hardly even think straight, my head threatening to explode at any moment. And then, through the gritting teeth and pained expression, I see it. Something that shouldn't exist, yet clearly does, is confirmed by my own terrified eyes. Oh, that's creepy. A monster. Even that gives me chills. Even I get chills from this. That is the only word that can come from my scrambled mind. A hulking, grotesque mass of flesh with gnarled fangs and red slitted eyes setting with hate. That close thing I can relate. It would be a dog, but no dog I know of this 3 times size of me is form practically eclipsing the sun. It snorts with flared nostrils, something like steam being exerted out. Given the tense stance and the fact of blocking my way, I can only assume it's here for me. But why? What is the hell is this? What hell is it? Where did it come from? What does it want? What does it want me? 1,000,001 questions raced through my head, but I doubt it going to get any answers from this thing. There's only one thing I can do with presented such odd, and that is to run. Oh, I get a choice here? Oh god. If I stand my ground, I surely gonna get killed. If I flee, it have a big chance chasing me down. In this, I always choose to stand my ground, and I always get the wrong choice from it. I always get killed if I choose actually to stand my ground. But how can that thing be real? I think it's an illusion, so I stand my ground, of course. I don't know what the hell this thing is, or why it suddenly appeared before me, but it's not going to take me down without a fight. Ignoring the pain that threatened to consume my skull, I straighten myself up and stare right back into the hateful eyes of the beast. And then, tightening a fist, I lash out like lightning my first setting with its head clearly without solid impact. Take this, foul beast. Wow. Okay, no. Bad idea. That did nothing. In fact, it looks even angrier that it did before now. I managed to do a bruise my own fist. I hope I haven't broken anything. See, I always make that choice and always get the bad. I always get the wrong response. I reel back from my brutal attack, giving the fist it question a good shake. It still stings. Oh. Now what do I do? My blazing surprise attack was met with a complete indifference, and now I think it's too late to run, as the creature is gearing itself up for shots, its front leg digging into the ground. I didn't mean actually to attack, I mean to stand ground and hope the beast doesn't try to kill you. This might have been a mistake. I try to turn tail beginning to run, but the beast kicks off the ground and strains towards me. There's nothing else I can do now. I brace myself as the best I can for the inevitable bone-shaking impact. Right before the beast can connect with me and bring my life to a grisly end, a dazzling radiant light floods my vision enfulling both me and the monster. The beast stops in its tracks, and a gluttoning cry escaping it before it vaporizes before my eyes. Well, I suspected something like that would turn up. What? What the hell just happened? Well, it vaporized. Geez, that was a close one. Are you alright? A cheerful voice chirps. A welcome sound of the terrors of that thing. Don't talk to me, him. You have to leave before. And then another voice that's less cheerful. In fact, they sound angry more than anything. See? That looks like my equal. The light soon fades, revealing my savors. Though, this is definitely the last thing I was expecting. Yeah, two hot girls. Two girls roughly my age stand before me. I blink several times before I scrub at my eyes, hoping that this might make a little more sense. This can't be real. Of course it can. Well, at least no one of them have fox ears this time. But she might have ears of some kind, I don't know what kind. I know I see that, but what is that then? I'm having more trouble believing these girls are actually standing before me than I did the monster. Yeah, I get that. I would probably also. Wielding weapon and costumes take straight out of fantasy books. It looks all a bit much for my brain to attempt to process. I don't know what clothes they wear in Japan, but I would actually think those clothes are legit in Japan. What? What the heck was that? A shadow. A shadow monster, of course. Seriously, I've seen that. More cheerful of the two simply says that to me and stands relaxing someone. I think that's the more cheerful and that's angry. Actually, you can see that on the face. Huh. Kenta. Huh. Who's Kenta? Was that supposed to explain everything? I glanced down at my feet where my own shadow stretches, but the girl burst into a giggle. Not your own shadow, silly. Even I understand that was not your own shadow. That thing was just took care of, which you're welcome for, but the way is what we call a shadow. Yeah, I probably call monsters like that shadows. The physical manifestation of all the hatred and negative emotions that might lurk in one's heart. Wait, whose heart? Normally they're not as aggressive during the day though. It was really out for you. We're usually pretty good of nabbing them before they get to you, but this one completely took us by surprise. I'm happy we got here in time. You're not hurt, are you? No, I'm fine, but as if things weren't bad enough that we had revealed ourselves to him, now we You're just casually blabbing away. These things that no normal person should have right to know. Wait, what the hell is going on here, I wonder? Have you lost your mind? I'm cut short by the more aggressive looking of the pair, whose expression had grown darker and darker as the cheerful one of them spoke, like looking like she is unable to take it anymore. She exploded, causing both of us to jump. But looks so confused. He looks so confused. And now that that he's seen one of the shadows firsthand, don't you think it's just a little too late for us to quietly slip back into the shadows? Her eyes narrow into a frightening glare. Yeah, it's a little too late for that. Even if you try to disappear, I would chase you. Just because I want answers, though. Clearly, it's clear this isn't happy. But I don't think he has anything to counter that. See? You worry too much. We only tell him what he needs to know, nothing more, nothing less. The upbeat girl brings her attention back to me and sparkling in her eyes. That looks more right. Right, so Kenta, where we... Is she Kenta then? Or is she Kenta? Can I get to know that at least? We were... Wait. How do you know my name? Huh? Oh. Whoops. She puts a hand to her mouth as if to try to take back the words. Questioning continue to pile up, and still haven't gotten answers. You idiot! What? The serious one wraps his fist against the other head, who sticks her tongue out in a sort of heh my bad kind of way. So that's Kenta then. So you guys know me. Oh wait, Oh, I'm Kenta. I never seen them in my life. And given how they look, I definitely think I wouldn't have remembered them. Yeah, if you've seen them, you wouldn't remember. Well, we don't know you personally, but we've been watching over you for a while now. Let me guess, from the dream world. You become quite a point of interest recently, you know? Me? What the heck did I ever do to get so much attention? As far as I know, I'm just an average student who lives average life, doing average things. Though after this, I guess I can't really call my life average anymore. I think it's actually time to save there. So let's stop recording, but I have some things to do. So that's the first point of Sakura Angels then. Oh, that came longer than I thought. Well, at least that's what all I have for Sakura Angels this time then. Hit like and subscribe, and I see you next time. BroFive!